Rocío. She's from Costa Rica. She's graduated from her Institute of Technology in Costa Rica, as well from Harvard. She's a co-writer and a bestseller author. She has more than 200 conferences in her CV, which is amazing. She's a specialist and one of the best in her country in everything that is transformation in Agile and AI and transformation. She is one of the 10 most, we can say, special daughter or influencer in her country in Costa Rica. We are very, very happy to have you here with us, Rocío. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here. It's a great honor. Can you hear me? Just confirm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So a special thank you to Mariana because she has been chasing me in order to be here. Not because I didn't want to. I want to be with you guys. It's because I was not ready to. And that is why I'm going to have this talk and these conversations with you. It's few minutes, but I hope what I have prepared for all of you could like go deeper into your heart, because sometimes we want to success, but in order to succeed, we need to be willing to. We need to accept that we're our greatness. I will also have in my presentation some videos with audio, so please confirm me, and you can also, I am checking the chat, so you can also write me at any moment. I'm starting to share. Just a second, because it requires me the password to share. So I am putting the password in order to share my screen.
Hey, Rob.
Hi, Oliver. How are you?
I am.
I am sorry, somebody's talking behind.
Well, my name is Rocío. I am a consultant, coach, speaker, trainer, project manager. I work in Agile, I work in technology, I'm a computer engineer, and I love to make impact on people. Currently, I live in the USA, located in Chicago, and I have worked for federal government and as well for private industries, banking and healthcare. As you know, I also was part of the politics in my country, and I ran as vice president candidate in the last elections of my country with an agile digital transformation for the entire country. And I created something called the Social Impact Agile Manifesto. That is how to use agile in the social impact projects. I also create something that is a magazine that is called We Hope. And I also have worked in some certifications for PMI and Inter-American Development Bank in order to help other industries to approach better projects. I have worked in several fields. I mean, like when you are over 40 years young, you have like walked a lot in your life. So still have a lot of more work to do. But at some points you see like you have to work for your purpose. And when Mariana came to me and told me, you have to motivate them to work and to have the best first day of their lives in their work, I was like, well, yeah, but then I have to talk about my purpose when I arrive to work. So I will share with you this short video. It's like 3 minutes, so please put attention to it because we will talk about this during the talk. What do you do when it seems like... You confirm that you are listening? Can you hear?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear.
Yes.
What do you do when it seems like suffering won't stop?
What do you do when it feels like your pain doesn't have a point? What does it do when it feels like your weaknesses continue to worsen? You're going through a tough time. Maybe you are in a valley today that you've experienced the worst failure of your life and you are on the verge of giving up. Maybe you're here today and your marriage is on the rocks. Maybe you're here today and you're dealing with anxiety on a daily basis.
You know what it's like to be in a lonely, dark place. You know what it's like to want to quit. You know what it's like when the pressure's overwhelming, when people expect your best, but you're at your worst.
That is a moment of choice. That is a moment of decision.
What will your response be? Are you going to sit back or are you going to step up? Adversity creates the perfect moment for audacity.
The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down.
Life's going to punch you right in the face. Life's going to fire you over and over again. You're going to be told you're not good enough. Your faith is going to be tested. Your family's going to look you in the eye and say, how do we get health insurance the next month? I don't know, but I know we're going to make it. Life is hard, man. That's what it's about. If you don't work as hard as you can, if you don't sacrifice everything, if you don't get rejected and keep coming back for more, if you don't get your loyalty tested and your faith tested, you don't love that thing if you bail out. So if you fought through all that, that's love.
Even in the darkest times, even when the sun is blotted out and the world is falling apart, the darkness cannot extinguish your light, your will. No matter what is happening, no matter how hard the fight is, as long as you keep fighting, you win. Only surrender is defeat. Only quitting is the end.
Listen to me, everybody. You can't give up. You can't give in. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But if life's got you down, I need you to get up and prove them wrong. I'm unstoppable. This will not get me down. You've got to make those kind of declarations to yourself. I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass. You must have patience and engage in consistent action. We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. No, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard. And you are the determining factor. The people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's you that you must take personal responsibility to make it happen. It's hard. No, easy is not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is it's worth it.
Is it worth? That is a tough question, because I mean, like, the video like this, maybe you have seen before, and people tell you that you have to fight, that you have to follow your dreams, that you have to create your future, to be the better version of yourself, to work hard for what you want. But what happens when you already have had everything that you wanted? What happens when you don't have a dream no more? What do you fight for if you don't have a reason to fight? And that is what happened to me at some point. I had an accident. I was driving my bicycle and a car hit me and left me. And I have an inflammation in my brain, and my face had broken bones, and I lose one teeth. And I was in the USA when I had that accident. And you say health system is so complicated for somebody that is not from here that I didn't understand it. So the insurance didn't cover everything, and that make as well an internal fight in the place that I was living. disagreement, maybe not a fight, but a disagreement, and some actions that make me feel unsafe. And that started or activated some traumas that I didn't know that I had during my childhood and teenager age and when I was young. I have always considered myself really a strong woman, successful woman. And I have accomplished pretty much everything that is like stated in the people of my age or my culture about like getting studies, having like the ladder of the life that you make your savings, buy your house, build your future, you know? So when I lost my safeness place and my health, and I have this accident and the person just left me over there bleeding, and I lost my conscience and I woke up at the hospital, that triggered a lot of stuff, and especially because I have a brain inflammation and broken bones in my face, as less one arm and one leg was like injured. Thanks Lord, I mean, like nowadays I'm okay. Nothing so major, but it has some consequences. So I ended up going back to Costa Rica and take care of myself over there with my family and my friends over there. Mainly because I know the culture, the language, and the health system. Now I know a little bit more about here in the US. And every country has their own things. And what I have to recommend to everybody is like, if you go outside of your native country, be sure totally that you have the best coverage that you could ever have. Because accident happened at any moment and you are not like expecting for that to happen. So this is one of the spots of my life that I was like, this happened to me, and this pretty much destroyed my confidence and my safetyness and my stability at some point during recovery. I thought that after the therapy, the medicines, the surgery, because I have to have 2 surgeries, I was okay to get back to work. And I was. And I came back to regular life. I came back to the US and I continue working, having a family, and making everything, you know, as any regular woman here. For several months, I thought I was okay. I mean, like, I was recovering from the injuries and I started to work again and everything was pretty much all right. Until this is my business partner. This was my business partner, Dr. 𝗘𝘃𝗲𝗰𝘁 𝗪𝗏. He was my business partner by more than 10 years. And my colleague and my mentor at PMI and at some of the business as well. Maybe some of you already know him. And I was writing a book with him and with Marisol, our other business partner, Marisol Marion Landais. The 3 of us was a really amazing team by 10 years. And we worked together in this book and research during 4 years. And that was awesome. And he was part of my life until last year, in March 7, when he passed away. He had cancer. So when he got cancer, he said, we need to finish the book because it could be maybe my last one. And when he got like worsted in the disease, he asked me to finish before he passed. So, I mean, like, that could be maybe one of the most challenging projects of my life. I quit everything I was doing, this, and I focus on accomplish the request from my friend that was about to pass away. He was with cancer. And I have a book, 4 years of research, to finish before he passed away. Working with Marisol, that she was leading a company with her main business partner sick at that moment. So sometimes successful and the essentials and the most important things in your life are not things, are feelings, are relationships. Sometimes being successful in a project is not something that brings you money. Sometimes it's accomplish a wish or a dream for somebody else. Sorry if I get a bit emotional here. It was just 1 year ago. So this is the book. I am happy and glad to say that we published the book, and Carlos, he saw the book before he passed away. Before his last surgery, he gave me a lot of instructions about this book. Marisol created her part. I finished my part, and I pretty much connect everything together in order to make the launch. And Roberto Toledo, maybe you know, is another really public figure as well as Marisol in this world of project management. He helped us with the first page of the book when he makes a review and he talks about what is the content of the book. The book is in Spanish. One of my goals for this year is making the translation to English. I can translate this. It's like an approach based in organizational culture to make project management. That is why it's OCPMA, is Organizational Culture Project Management Approach, another way to see the things. And it has the research that mainly Carlos did his entire life. And in the first pages, Carlos pretty much wrote a letter to his family's friends and students saying goodbye during the cancer process. And I have to read that in the ceremony of his life that we make virtual. And that day I got totally destroyed. But we accomplished. He saw the book published. But since then, I haven't been able to accomplish all the rest of the things in the backlog that he told me before he entered to that surgery. And that made me feel so guilty for several months. And losing Carlitos, the same week that I lost one really close to me during my childhood, cousin, that she also passed away that same week. And couple of months later, I lost as well the roommate that I have during my entire career due to suddenly brain cancer that just took her like in 3 months. So that raised again all the shock and the traumas that I had when I lost my safety place and my safety people when I had the accident, and all the traumas that came from nowhere because I didn't know where this was coming from. So I started to have like pains in my body and inflammations and joint pains and sleeping disorder and eating disorder. And I was bleeding by several months. And I was like, it's like 2 months and a half, and my bleeding never stopped, and my period doesn't last that much, and I was like with anemia and migraines, and I couldn't pretty much stand up from the bed, and I didn't know what happened with my body. And I asked my gynecologist, and I went to the doctor and the general doctor, and everybody was like pointing to several stuff, until one of them said, like, this is in your brain. So I went to the psychologist, and the diagnosis was PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And I was like, what the fuck? I have a mental disease now? What is this? So it's a disorder, and I have to accept that I needed to calm down. And the several symptoms that I have in my body was because that much stress activated autoimmune diseases. I mean, like, everybody listen in the commercials, drink this or take this to elevate your defense and your immune system. My immune system was so high and so strong that was attacking itself, was attacking me. So I have to relax and calm down and come back to the basics and to the essentials, and focus more on feeling instead of producing. Focus more on understanding myself before understanding the world. Working on me internally before working with other people to accomplish stuff. So I didn't have a propose at that moment, because was not something to accomplish, was recovering my happiness. This is the three of us working normally, regularly basis. Marisol and Carlitos, and we were laughing all the time. I mean, a lot of projects, a lot of consultancies, a lot of certifications and stuff, trainings. And you say, like, having good colleagues is a treasure. Sorry. So when I lose that, I lost my safety place. So my therapy, my psychology, sent me to watch the sunset every single day. For real? How often did you stop to watch the sunset and just breathe? I was for real. I have to go and watch the sunset every single day. This is going to take away my bleeding, my sleeping disorder, my eating disorder, and I will get back again to work. That was part of my therapy. Also exercise, also having a really, really, really good nutrition, avoiding everything that was over-processed. And then I realized that I have to focus in what was my purpose. And my purpose was me. In order to be good at my job and to be good with everybody else, first, I have to be good with me. I have to calm down in order to my immune system and my brain calm down and make a pause and a retrospective of myself and take a moment to breathe and enjoy something as simple and as amazing. Watching the sunset. Watching the sunset and understand all the blessings I have in my life. And understanding that everything that I have to bring to the people is not related to my ladder. The ladder that somebody told us that we have to accomplish. Because everybody has its own ladder, its own challenges. And you plan. And the things doesn't go as you plan. But the important thing is that you enjoy the journey. So I realized that just enjoy simple things will make me get back on my feet again. So I stopped and I started to breathe, enjoy the sunset, enjoy having an apple, enjoying a cup of coffee, enjoying having a conversation with my mom, and a hug from my daughter. And at some point, I realized that yes, we did the book, we created the book, and the consultancy for all the customers that we have, and AI digital transformations for companies. And all the legacy that Carlitos gave me is still with me. And our purpose and our spark change every time because your purpose is you. And the other dreams just come when you are living, when you let the life happen. And if you haven't seen this movie, it's called Soul. And I recommend you, and I have some small part of it, just 3 minutes, that I want to share with you. So let's watch this video.
You ready?
Huh?
To come live.
I'm scared, Joe. I'm not good enough. Anyway, I never got my spark.
Yes, you did. Your spark isn't your purpose. That last box fills in when you're ready to come live. And the thing is, you're pretty great at jazzing.
But Joe, this means you won't get to...
It's okay. I already did. Now it's your turn. I'll go with you.
You know you can't do that.
I know, but I'll go as far as I can. Hey, take a look.
Your purpose is you. And to succeed, you have to be ready for successful and for greatness. And that greatness is inside you. So now I am ready to shine. Now is your time to shine.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate. There is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me. This is how legends are made.
I always close my talks with this phrase. Let's work with love because it's the most powerful force in the universe. And that is the message that I want to share with you all. Be ready to success. Be ready for your own greatness. I don't know, Mariana, if this talk was about the first day, but this is what came from my heart. Thank you for having me today.